My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. So today I am going to still talk about health and wellness, but in a different way. I'm going to talk about the digital disease of comparison-itis. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody will do it at some time in their life. It is an evil thing, but we all do it, right? We all compare ourselves to other people. And now that we have our phones in our hands all the time, what happens? You're scrolling, you're watching somebody else's life, you're wondering what they're doing, you're comparing yourself to them. Like, why don't I have that? Why don't I look like that? Why can't I do that? We are constantly doing that. And that is not good for us mentally at all. And if it's not good mentally, what happens? It's going to increase our stress level, which is just going to affect our health and wellness altogether. So, yes, this still all ties with what I always talk about with your health and wellness. I think that's a number one thing that people are going to look at is how people look. And you compare yourself to that all the time. I don't care if you're male or female, if you are a boy or a girl, a child, we do that. And that can be very, very dangerous for all of us because you are your own person. You cannot compare yourself to those other people. You have no idea. You might think they look like the picture of health, and they might be on a sack full of prescriptions because things inside are not going well. Just because they might have a small frame does not mean they are healthy. You have to look at more than just what you see digitally, right? When you're scrolling your Facebook, what you see. Kind of like when you're driving by somebody's house at night, and they got the lights on, you can see in the windows. You get a quick glimpse when you drive by their house and you look in the window, but that's all you get. And that's exactly what you're getting off Facebook, Instagram, all these different things. You're getting a quick glimpse into their lives, but you have absolutely no idea what is really going on inside that house, inside that head, inside that body. You truly do not know. So comparison can be a very evil thing. We need to work on ourselves and better ourselves constantly because what can happen even with this digital disease, something pretty awful called cyberbullying. Bullying can happen in many, many ways, and you do not want to live your life like a bully. That is very dangerous for the adults, but especially for our children. And that is why we talk a lot about how much they are on the phone, what they are looking at when they are on social media, what are they looking at when they're searching those videos, because cyberbullying is real and bullying in real life is real. Talk to your kids when they come home from school. If things just seem a little off, then you really need to sit down and have a conversation. Don't blow it off. Oh, they're a teenager. Oh, they're a preteen. Whatever excuse you're going to use, that is no, because it gets to the point that it's too late and you need to address these issues when they happen. Otherwise, things can just get out of control and really, really bad outcomes can happen. So it is very important that we have these conversations. Yeah, they're kind of tough conversations to have, especially if you're sitting there with a preteen or a teen, right? They're like, oh, mom, I know that, right? Or, oh, dad, I know that. But you need to have those conversations and those open conversations. So they're willing to come home and tell you, and maybe they're not the one getting bullied, but they see somebody getting bullied, right? And they need to come home to you and they need to say, that's not right. They need to go to the teacher. And if they don't want to go to the teacher because then they feel like they're telling on somebody, then they at least need to come home to you and you can take care of it, right? You can reach out to the people that need to know, whether it's teachers, whether it's coaches, whatever it is, because this bullying also happens when it comes to playing sports, right? So talk to the coaches. You can't see everything. Just like when you're at a game and people get mad at the ref because they missed this, this checking this kid in the neck with a hockey stick, which was crazy. But they missed it, right? There's only two refs out there. They can't have their eyes everywhere. Same thing with teachers. You can't have your eyes everywhere. If you're a business owner and you have employees, again, if somebody doesn't tell you there's a problem, you don't always know that. I had that happen a long time ago as a pharmacy manager. And I would have technicians come to me and tell me things. I said, thank you for telling me. I had no idea this was going on. Or it was going on the days that I wasn't working, right? Those things happen when you weren't there. And if you don't know about them, you can't address them. I know I've kind of went down a little rabbit hole with the bullying, but it really is so important. And I hope you guys really take this to heart. Look around at what is going on. Look what you are doing as a parent, because you are setting an example. If your child is the one doing the bullying, look at what's going on at home. What conversations are you having at home? Is it a loving, positive environment that they are hearing? Or do you sit down at the dinner table and just have a lot of gossip about what's going on? Really think about it, because the kids take those things to heart and they listen to that. They see how you react to situations, and that's exactly what they are going to do. A lot of these things are learned behaviors. So let's put that positive environment out there with everything we do. We can all get frustrated with everything, but it really goes back to how are we going to set that good example for everyone around us, whether it's our children, whether it's our nieces and nephews, our friends, our neighbors, everyone. We want to set that example. We want to be that person that everybody looks up to, because that is absolutely key. So when it comes to comparison and you are comparing yourself to other people, let's stop and think. You're putting them on this pedestal. You're saying, I want to be just like them, but you really don't know what is going on. When I talk to people about their health and wellness, there is no cookie cutter, like, we're going to follow this, we're going to do this, because everybody is different. People have different metabolisms, they have different likes, dislikes, and they have different wills to do this. So even right now, I'm reaching out to a lot of people and talking about our 30 days to healthy living. Is there a structure? Absolutely there is, right? Because people need that. Do people want to follow that strictly? Not always. Because if you're going to sustain it, I know as I talk to people, giving up all the sugar, giving up alcohol for 30 days, that might not fit into what they want to do. So then we do some modifications. Like I said, there is no cookie cutter for everything. So you can't compare this person's life to this person's life, this person's health journey to this person's health journey, because we all have our own journey. We all have the way that we are going to get to those goals that we set. Nobody's goals are the same, right? Yes, people say, steal somebody else's vision, steal somebody else's goals until you have your own. Okay, that's fine for a little bit maybe, because you want to get to that point, but you have to have your own. If you don't believe it in your heart that that's really what you want, you're never going to achieve those goals. So we need to really stop the comparison. We need to say, okay, I'm going to be accountable for myself. We don't just need to say these things. We need to live our lives truly by them. So please, for yourself, for your children, and for your other loved ones, let's stop comparing. Let's be very careful with this digital disease of comparison-itis. I don't know if that's probably not a word in the dictionary, but it should be, right? Because that really is, it is a disease of comparing ourselves to other people in every aspect, whether it's financially, whether it's health and wellness, the way you look, what you have, your children, everything about it. It really is a nasty, nasty thing that can take you down right up here. So let's have a conversation about how we can work on you, how we can help you on your health journey, and work on exactly what is best for you and you alone. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares.